Hey guys, it's me, Kevin McCreary. Welcome to the very first Ceiling Fan video podcast. I know what you're thinking. You're wondering, why am I telling you that it's a video podcast when it's obvious that it's a video podcast, because if it wasn't, then we wouldn't be watching it right now, right? This is one of the few Ceiling Fan episodes that shouldn't be enjoyed while you're driving or operating heavy machinery.
What?
A lot of people have been writing in asking us if we would do a behind-the-scenes episode of The Ceiling Fan. And so we thought the best thing to do would be a video podcast, so that's exactly what we're going to do, coming up right after this.
This podcast is brought to you in color for your enjoyment. Yay!
This is The Ceiling Fan. From the Ceiling Fan News Network, John Watsonberger.
Good evening, I'm John Watsonberger, and this is a Ceiling Fan Odyssey News Update. Against the advice of many other Odyssey governing officials, the mayor has signed into effect a stimulus package with many earmarks, including one for a massive bailout. Tom Artichoke has the story. Tom?
Thanks, John. Indeed, Odyssey's mayor has allocated money for the literal bailing out of Trickle Lake. The special interest group Save Our Lakeshore proposed that the water levels of the lake are far too high, making lounging on the lakeshore difficult for tourists. Save Our Lakeshore spokesman Francis Stalwart had this to say.
Trickle Lake is a great summer attraction for tourists. Granted, Odyssey generates next to no revenue from tourists every year, but the 4 tourists that do visit in the summer love sunbathing by the lake.
The project calls for 50 military-grade choppers to fly in over the lake one by one, each carrying a 5,000-gallon bucket. The helicopters then dip the buckets into the water and fill them, lowering the water level one bucket at a time. The fleet then carries the 250,000 gallons of water to an empty glass container to begin another project called for by the bill, wherein 1,000 government employees are paid to salt the water one shaker at a time. Once this project is complete, Odyssey will have its very own saltwater aquarium that tourists will refuse to visit because of the high admission fees and lack of fish. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Tom. Money has also been set aside by the bill to help a struggling factory in Campbell County, one that manufactures oil drums for porcine byproducts. Pork barrels. Right. This has been a Ceiling Fan Odyssey News Update. I'm John Watsonberger. Good night. Gonna go call my mother. She'll be worried about me.
Oh, wait, Kevin.
Yeah.
The news thing's over.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, how you doing? Mark just showed up. We've been waiting on him for a while to record this script.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be recording this script, and you guys can come with us and
Wait,
see
Kevin,
what.
this is where you're starting the behind-the-scenes thing?
Yeah. Why?
Well, I mean, what about all the work we did before this, to get the script ready?
Oh yeah. Hello?
Hey, Kevin, are we doing the Ceiling Fan this week?
Oh, yeah.
Well, shouldn't we get together and work on the script?
No, yeah.
Alright, sounds good. See you later. Ah, yes. A typical week.
Yep. Good times.
Well, we better get moving on recording if we're gonna have this up by tonight.
Yes. Follow us into our fantastic studio.
Follow us. A ceiling fan is a long, drawn-out, complicated process. And it always involves weeks of procrastinating.
What?
Recording.
Doesn't sound like you're recording.
I'm getting ready to. I'm trying to do Phil with a British accent. With 2 every month, leaves us about 2 weeks to procrastinate. Then we actually get down to writing it. And once we write it, it's all downhill from there. It's smooth sailing.
And we'll come up with ideas ahead of time. Like I think in sometime in November, we had probably the next 6 episodes planned out. We had the Christmas episode idea. We had the New Year's episode.
Remember, there's that first opening line. Last time on the ceiling fan.
I think with the John Watzenberger thing, I'll just make an intro that says, "From the Ceiling Fan News Network, it's John Watzenberger." And then John Watzenberger say, "Hi, I'm John Watzenberger, and this is Ceiling Fan Odyssey News Update."
But we're not having a news update there.
I know, but you were just saying that I should start saying
Oh, yeah.
Ceiling Fan News Network.
Yeah, okay.
I'll start doing that. I'll just put the intro in, so. That's how we brainstorm, folks.
I usually record my lines separate or with Kevin, depending on how our schedules work out that week.
We record onto this microphone right here. Microphone.
Sometimes we get together and record it. Other times I just record my parts and send them to him, and he puts them in the finished product.
Alright, so you might recognize this program if you watch the official Adventures in Odyssey video podcast, because it's the same program. It's Pro Tools. Of course, it might look a little different because I've got the newer version. It's way better. We'll record the episode. I'll spend that evening editing it down, putting in the sound effects, just putting it together, and then we'll post it on the website. And then hope that people like it, and hope nobody's offended by our jokes, and hope that Focus will call us up and give us both jobs.
And I do the voice of Tom Artichoke. I'd like to be the first to welcome our celebrity guest judge, Dave Griffin. I also do the voice of Phil. So Ethan says, "Celebrity judge," and Phil says, "I wonder who it could be." I've also done various other voices, occasionally from time to time. Most recently, I've been doing the voice of Todd.
He was cool. He was cool. He was cool. He was cool.
Are you forgetting
Sorry.
how you meant that whenever you wrote it?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's been like 2 months since I wrote this.
He was cool. He was cool. I mean, you're
No, I think Todd's genuinely impressed by juggling fire.
How much do I do in the process? I do everything. Mark doesn't do a darn thing for this stupid podcast.
Tell lies.
Okay. Yeah, we both do pretty much an equal amount for the podcast. I would say it's a team effort. It's just I'm in charge, so I can tell Mark to leave anytime I want.